everybody. Tom here with Hidden Beats, and today we are talking with Mr. Cole Goodwin. How are you doing, sir?
Mr. Tom, I'm doing just fine. I'm down here in Georgia at the house, taking a little rest and relaxation time. And
Yeah, those are always good times to have for sure.
yeah.
So we're here today to talk about you, about your music, and about some of the upcoming things that you have going on. But for those who are new, what would you say would be a good elevator pitch for just who you are as a musician?
Uh Country, I would like to think authentic country. There's nothing I'm faking going on, and it's all real stuff, either stuff that I've lived and been through or stuff that, I know somebody that's been through, or it's all relatable stuff, and I try to keep it that way.
If you had to put you, like, what would your drink be? Like the Cole drink out of
Oh,
bucket.
probably some form of spiked sweet tea. Honestly,
Okay.
that's about all I drink is sweet tea. But no, I'm when it does come to drinking, I'm a Jack and Coke kind of guy.
I mean, I get that vibe from you. And a spiked sweet tea does sound like it fits the vibe for sure.
Yeah, man, that's usually you can catch me either with a sweet tea in hand or chocolate milk in hand on any given day. I'm kind of an old man, but
Hey, I feel that chocolate milk, there's nothing better than a nice cold glass of some chocolate milk sometimes.
that's exactly right.
All right, well let's bring it back a little bit. I'm curious how you got started in music and what was that kind of that leap for you?
Yeah, so like I say, I'm from Pooler, Georgia. Still live down here, and born and raised here. And I grew up around music all the time. My mom is a great singer. My dad, I tell people, I joke and tell them I can't play. My dad cannot play the radio, but my mom can sing her tail off. So I always grew up around it, and thought music was just the coolest thing ever. And guys like Hank Jr. and Merle Haggard and Waylon Jennings, I thought they were the coolest people to do anything. And mom was gigging around town some and sitting and singing with some older folks and playing. And so I'd be shoot 4, 5, 6 years old, out at a bar or something, listening to mom sing with my dad. And yeah, like I say, I was always around it and infatuated with it, and I guess I kind of had no choice but ended up dabbling in it. But I actually grew up playing baseball, like a lot of folks I think that end up playing music. Uh,
Mhm.
Played baseball from t-ball up into high school, tournament baseball year round, and I guess kind of got burnt out on it right about the time I started dabbling with piano and other stuff like that. But even before I started playing it, I would come home, middle school and spend hours and hours on the internet looking at any Hank Williams Jr. video or Hank Williams Jr. interview I could find. So, like I say, it was always the coolest thing ever to me. And whenever I finally got burned out on baseball, I actually was kind of dabbling with piano, and then icing on the cake, I went and saw Stapleton open for Hank Jr. in West Palm Beach.
Okay.
Uh, this was, I guess, freshman year of high school, and the day I got back, my mom had an old guitar under my bed that stayed there, and I broke it out and started messing around with it, and I hadn't put it down since. So it's kind of all snowballed since then, and I wouldn't sing in public for the longest time. I tell people I'd only sing in the shower, and I couldn't take the shower with me anywhere, so I just wasn't going to sing. But I finally broke out of that, and like I say, it all kind of all started falling in place and snowballing, and I became addicted to it. So here
Hmm.
I am
That
now.
could be an interesting, like a live show though, if you kind of go through the stages of how you grew into music and have like a little shower curtain scene type of thing as you're working
Interesting.
in.
It'd be interesting, that's for sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
Not sure how many folks buy a ticket to that, but it'd be interesting.
Hey, you never know. I recently saw, I think it was Nelly, like hip hop artist there, and he had a whole thing, the same idea of like going through his stages of his career and then working
Really?
into like his party, like club scenes type of stuff. It could be really cool if it's planned right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Mm. Now, you had a lot of big names you mentioned, and I'm curious if there's anyone out of the box maybe that helped influence your sound. Like there's got to be someone that people might not expect out there.
I obviously I'm knee deep in the country stuff, and I love that traditional stuff because that's what I grew up on most. But man, I grew up listening to everything from AC/DC, Guns N' Roses. I mean, you name it. The Allman Brothers, Leonard Skinner was a big one for me. And even now, like in the headline set, we play a old Percy Sledge song. Like I love even the old blues stuff. It's
Hmm.
the first stuff I started messing around on guitar with. So yeah, I'm kind of, and obviously the Southern gospel stuff. Honestly, the genre I guess I'm probably least familiar with is the rap stuff, but everything else, man, I love all of it. I'm a music guy, so
No, I'm the same way. I love everything about music. A good song is a good song, no matter where it is.
right on.
hmm Now, when was that kind of aha moment when you realized music is what I'm doing and like where you're gonna be?
Um, I went to Georgia Southern for college and graduated barely, but I had started gigging around there, Statesboro, Georgia, where the college is at, and obviously around Savannah and Pooler where I live, and kind of branched out across the state of Georgia too with the other college towns and Athens, Milledgeville, and it I learned quickly that of all the majors that they offer in college, none of them really none of them really just got me going. So
hmm
I was a marketing major, but it's not like I was just, over the moon excited to graduate and
And
be
be a marketing person,
yeah.
yeah.
So, no, I think whenever I figured out, wow, people, after I started playing some gigs, I was like, wow, my calendar filled up really quick. People will book me. I can do this and make some pretty decent money for a 21-year-old at the time. And um yeah, I kind of rolled with it and kept the calendar full. And like I said, I became addicted to it. So I was playing everywhere and anywhere. And yeah, it all kept snowballing. And I guess to answer your question, when it clicked, I'm not sure if it ever did click. I'm still not sure if it's clicked. Right now, it's just, I think the name of the game for me is just stay busy.
Makes
And
sense, yeah, because you got to be in it to win it, really.
yeah, and I don't know if I'm necessarily always thinking about it clicking or like this is my job necessarily. Uh, I think I try to at least. Now, so there's days it feels like a job. Um,
hmm
that's why this week I'm on a little R&R here at the house. It's felt like a job here a little bit lately, but um, I don't ever want the fun to be taken out of it, or the passion. Uh, so I try to just, like I said, I'm not sure if it's clicked yet. I try to stay busy and have fun with it and look forward to stuff that's coming down the pipeline. So yeah, like I said, I'm not really sure to answer your question.
No, that makes sense, and I think that's a good thing too because it keeps you wanting to push further and keep on doing more that way.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if calling it my job or having some sort of moment when I decided that if that essentially puts a little bit of a ceiling on it or something. I kind of
hmm
there's a little bit of stress in the unknown or a lot of stress in the unknown, but there's also a little bit of maybe optimism is the word. And like I say,
Yeah,
something to look.
don't put a cap on it. Making it a job makes it work, and it's no fun if you're working sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, I want to jump into your creative process. Like when you're putting together your music, how does that work?
Yeah. As far as like writing it or once we had the songs and
I
we're going.
mean, right from the start, where do you get your inspiration for your songs?
Yeah, a lot of stuff that I've been through, especially a lot of the early stuff that, because for the longest time I would only write by myself, and it wasn't like I'm only going to write by myself thing. It was just where I was at school, there wasn't a whole lot of people doing country music, and there really wasn't a whole lot of people doing original country music. So I yeah, I would just write by myself in my dorm or at my house in college, and a lot of those early songs were self-written songs. Actually, the last song I had come out was a song I wrote by myself a few years back. But yeah, a lot of stuff that I've been through, and then stuff friends or people I know have gone through. I can kind of try to tap into that, or even stories I've heard, or sometimes made up stuff that could be relatable. I try to tap into all of that stuff and pull from anywhere really. I'm always listening in
Mhm.
conversations, and I've tried to get into a little bit of reading here again lately. I have a bad problem with only wanting to read stuff that is about hunting or fishing.
That's not a bad problem.
I know, yeah, as you can tell, I've been in a tree this morning, so
hmm
I've tried to dive back into that a little bit. But yeah, listen to documentaries and interviews with other artists that I look up to. Try to pull from all that stuff, and you never know where it can come from, really.
For
Uh,
sure.
so some of my favorite songs I've written have come from thin air. So yeah, it's it's a really cool thing, and I think that's why I love it so much and love being creative is because you never know where it's going to come from and when it's going to come from where it does come from. So
Hmm.
yeah, but I also have my, core group of writers that I enjoy working with and getting in a room with but yeah, once we have the song, it seems like we have 100 songs and narrow it down to five to go in and cut. Uh,
Hmm.
we did a couple months ago. There's some new music on the way, and we just got wrapped up cutting a few songs, and I'm really excited for it. But yeah, we had to narrow it down from a link of like 85 songs. Like, all right, choose five. I'm like, what do you
Like,
mean?
how do you choose
I
five?
made a
Yeah.
link of 80 that I love. So yeah, but it's a very intricate process, and I'm a very indecisive person when it comes to that. Um, because if I love a song enough to put it in that Dropbox link of 80 something songs, then it's there for a reason. It's because I love it, and it's
Hmm.
hard for me to break that down even more, to five or 10 of them. So yeah, very, very slow process for me, and I change my mind nonstop. But seems like the week before we go in and cut, whatever's on my heart that week is what we end up rolling with, and that's what we did this time. And five songs that I absolutely love, and I can't wait to get those out sometime next year.
Oh, I'm excited to hear for sure. I think this is going to be a really interesting one for you then because you're so indecisive with your songs. If you had to introduce your music to a new fan for the very first time, what's that first song they need to listen to that best represents you?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a really good one. Um, I would probably either say uh a song that I have out called Memory of Mine or a song that I just put out called Messing with My Mind. They're kind of similar titles, but they're both I wrote both of those by myself, and they're pretty down the middle songs. I think anybody could, you don't have to be a hardcore traditional
Hmm.
fan, or you don't have to lean too far one way to be able to grab onto to something in those songs. I don't think. So that's where I would point a first time listener, or a song I have out that I really love called "What Dad Did," which is just me and my guitar. Um, I obviously wrote it about my dad, and it's by myself too. And yeah, I don't play that one often, but I still love it. It's one of my favorite ones I've ever written because it's all true stuff, top to bottom. I have pictures to prove it. So yeah, maybe one of those three songs would be a good place to start.
Well, you can tell that like messing with my mind is already number two on your popular Spotify list right now. So
Oh, is
it's
it?
yeah, it's doing pretty well.
Cool. That's news to me. That's great. I try to kind of keep my head out of the numbers. It's funny actually though. Management will send me the stream count, and I'll text them back like, "Is this good? Is it?" I hope.
Well, for that being one of your newer songs, it's doing well from the numbers perspective that I can see.
Thank you.
Hmm. Now, would it be or like would it be fun if you can collaborate with just any alive or dead artist? Like, who would you pick in that sense?
Yeah, alive or dead or one of each.
I mean, go one of each.
Alive, one that I would really love to work with, I think would be Eric Church. I've always been
Hmm.
believe it or not, always been a really big Eric Church fan. I think because he's kind of done it his way his whole career, and
Yeah.
he doesn't really care if
Yeah.
you like that or not. So yeah, I've always looked up to Eric Church as an artist, and love a lot of his stuff. And then Dead, tough one.
Yeah, because there's some good names out there.
Yeah. Hmm. Maybe wow. Ooh, that is good. Merle Haggard probably.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
He's and I've been on a Merle Haggard kick this week, which happens about every other week for me. But yeah, he's just so good, man. The songs, the voice, it's great, great music.
Yeah, that's stuff that touches you just a little bit differently.
Yeah, and it's there. I mean, his writing isn't like it's nothing flashy. It's just the truth. So
Hmm. My
yeah, I like.
grandparents used to call that stuff whiskey jack music. Whenever we were driving down the road, it was just like the stuff they would listen to also. And it's just kind of that nice, smooth, easy music.
Yeah, yeah, good way to put that. Yeah, there's not a ton of Haggard stuff that's going to make you want to go run through a wall necessarily.
Hmm.
I actually told one of my buddies the other day, I was like, man, I'm ready to get home and sit by a fire and just shuffle Merle Haggard. So
Yeah,
it's great for that. Yeah, it's just good music, man. Like I say, there's nothing flashy about it. It's just the truth, and that's anybody that can write that way and get the point across by just saying what it is and not having to color it up or anything. I'm a fan of it.
for sure. Now, we're going to jump into some fun stuff you have coming up.
Yeah,
Now, we have this live show with Preston Cooper coming up in Toronto.
sure enough.
Curious how that all came about and what your thoughts are about it.
Yeah, so we did I was in Toronto um this summer. I'm not exactly sure what month it was, maybe July. End
Okay.
of I was up there with Luke Bryan and loved it. That's the first time I've been to Canada.
Okay.
Furthest north I've ever been. Um, but I absolutely loved it. The people up there were great. The weather was gorgeous. Scenery was obviously beautiful. So yeah, I'm excited to get back up there. On a plane this time, not busing it, so it'll a little bit quicker this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to be back up there for a couple days. I really am. I really enjoyed my time up there.
Yeah, I'm actually so I'm in Ottawa, which is about 4 hours from Toronto.
Oh,
So right in the area basically, and it's definitely a place that you could find a lot of different things to be excited about, especially if you get out into like the woods and stuff like that. There's some cool
oh
stuff
yeah.
up there.
I was so mad at myself that I forgot to put my fishing rods. Usually I keep some fishing rods in the trailer every weekend,
Okay.
and I forgot to put them in there that weekend. And the venue we played was that amphitheater. It's right there on this big lake. Man, I'm
Yeah.
upset.
Yeah, that would have been fun. So are you bringing some new music to that show? It's going to be more intimate setting I'm reading up about.
I'm sure I will. I will. I don't ever write out a set list hardly until I'm about to go up there and play.
Okay.
I'm an indecisive person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just asked my band. But so I will. I'm sure I'm gonna. I mean, there's some nights, especially like a writers round type thing that's acoustic and intimate. Sometimes I'll get up there and play all new stuff that nobody's ever heard. So yeah, I mean, probably end up depending on how I feel that night. But I can guarantee you there's going to be some new music in there. Absolutely.
That's awesome. I have one of my team actually coming out to take pictures and like review the whole
Oh,
show too.
awesome, awesome.
Yeah, so it should be a good one. Now, how do you feel about performing in a smaller venue versus larger ones? Like, what's the atmosphere for you?
I love this question. So it's kind of funny. Intimate acoustic settings, like less than 100 people. I get I don't really get nervous at all anymore to play a show, but if I was going to, I would be more nervous to sit down and play acoustic for less than 100 people in a small room
Hmm.
up and play for 30,000 like we did a lot this summer. So yeah, I love the intimate stuff, but it keeps you on your A game because everybody's you can see everybody's face.
Yeah, it's so much easier to pick those eyes out of the crowd.
But also too, I love the intimate stuff, especially with the band. Like we did a bunch of big amphitheaters and arenas with Luke Bryan this summer and some other folks, and it's great. Don't get me wrong, playing rooms that big and playing that loud is obviously everybody's dream, and it is just as cool as as anybody would imagine it to be. But like a good like 1,500 size room is it's probably my favorite.
Yeah. It's like intimate enough, but it's not too crazy, so you can connect
It
better.
feels bigger than it is.
Yeah.
It feels bigger than it is energy wise, especially if the energy's right. Now,
Mhm.
15 person cap room, what low energy, they're not really into it. That's a little different. But a good like rocking, 15, maybe 2,000 size room is probably my favorite. And yeah, it's just like I say, it's intimate enough to be intimate, but it's big enough to feel big.
Yeah.
And, yeah, throw some stage wedges up there and crank them as loud as they'll go so your ears ring afterwards and just have fun with it. That's my favorite thing.
We're actually getting one here in Ottawa built out that's going to be about a 2,000 cap, so it should be really nice to be able to see some more acts come through here because we don't get enough here.
I believe that. Yeah, I was thinking about that while we were up there actually, about just how many people end up, playing up that way. So yeah, that's really cool. Maybe I'll end up slipping through there one day. That'd be cool.
Yeah, you let me know. I'll be out with bells on.
Sounds good. Yeah, man, a good honky tonk, good rockin' honky tonk. that's my favorite kind of venue.
Hmm. Now, your fans obviously connect with you pretty deeply with your songs. Is there something that a fan, a message you might have gotten that's really kind of touched you?
Yeah, actually, I get a bunch of messages still about that song I told you about, called "What Dad Did."
Hmm.
A lot of folks, in meet and greet lines or merch lines after shows, and get messages about it. They obviously, if they've lost their dad or are close with their dad. um, I get a lot of messages about that song, but a few other ones too. Song "When You Get Home." Um, People tell me, that one means a lot to them, which is it's not a happy song by any means. So I hate that for them. But yeah, so there's a few of them that people, or I'll get a message. This one means a lot to me right now. Going through this. So yeah, it's cool that it all comes back to the creative thing. It's cool that we can create something from
Hmm.
that can touch somebody, or make them feel a certain way. So it's a really cool thing, and yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I see that more in some of the interviews I've been doing recently where it's almost like people are realizing that music touched them in a certain way, like someone like yourself would have heard something, and then now you get to do that for someone else, and it's this kind of roundabout moment that's really nice.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
So what would you say you hope fans take away from your music just as a whole?
Uh, Authenticity, I think, and yeah, I don't want them to hear it and be like, "Oh, this dude's poser,"
Yeah.
I want it to be real, because it is real, and I hope people can appreciate that, and I hope that they see that as well, when they listen to it, or when they see me or come to a show or anything about me. We're not hiding anything over here. I just am who I am, and I have fun being who I am, and I hope people love it.
Hmm. I mean, I think I've been talking to you for a few minutes now, and I think I could see that very easily. Like you're a very genuine person that way.
I try to be, man. I tell people it's a lot easier. I mean, it's a lot harder, takes a lot more energy to be mean and to be a turd to people. So it's a lot easier to just let things roll off your back and be nice.
Hmm. All right, I got a couple fun ones for back half the interview here, make you think a
Hit
little bit more. First
me.
one is my favorite, and it's going to make you think the most. You're someone who likes interviews, so what's one thing you think should be asked more in an interview that's not asked enough?
Oh, that is a good one. Oh, wow. Hmm. Because this could either be really, really surface level, or this could be really deep.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. It could go either way.
you know, oh, oh, this is good. Um, Maybe favorite dipping sauce, because I judge a lot of people. Uh,
Okay.
judge people on that. Mine's barbecue.
Now, is it barbecue across the board for like everything, or do you have favorites for different things?
Brother, I would put barbecue sauce on my cereal if it wasn't frowned upon.
I can appreciate that. I'm a good buffalo sauce
I
guy.
love it. I put it on everything, man, except for
Mhm.
fish, obviously, but man, like chicken, fries. I mean, I go to Chick-fil-A and I get a whole handful of barbecue sauces just to dip my fries in. So, yeah, I'm a barbecue sauce guy. I love it.
If you do it right and on with a fish, it would work still good.
Maybe. Yeah, if
Yeah,
there's
you
a,
have to do it right. You have to do, have to make sure you get the proper fish and all that flavor for it. And yeah,
yeah, I probably wouldn't grill a snapper and then dip it in barbecue sauce, but yeah, I'm sure there's a way.
yeah, yeah. There's definitely. I think salmon is probably one of the closer ones that you could
That's what
probably get in that
I-
realm, anyways. Yeah, that's an interesting one because I've used like what's the most underrated salad dressing before. I've That's a question that makes a lot of people think.
Really.
Hmm.
Huh. I'm not even much of a salad eater.
That makes you think even more because then you have to wonder what you've had.
Next question.
Okay, here's a fun one then. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, God, this is good. Um, yeah, I think it's just a different flavor, different
Yeah.
flavor, different different genre of sandwich, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I would call it a sandwich, just a long one.
Yeah, it fits sandwich criteria, but this is the most debated question out there is people have such polarizing ideas about what it is.
I think it's a long sandwich.
Yeah, I like that. Now, if you had to bring one book, one movie, one item on an island that you could only have that for the rest of your life, what it would be?
This is good. This is good. One book, Where the Red Fern Grows.
Okay.
One movie. Ooh, there's two that come to mind. Yeah,
We'll
all
give
right.
you two.
Yeah, it's all right. You're already getting the feels with Where the Red Fern Grows. So
Okay.
for movie, I'm gonna get the comedy. I'm gonna get a laugh out of this one. One of my favorite movies ever is Just Go With It with
I love that one. Yeah.
Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. One of my favorite ones ever. So I
Mhm.
that movie, and then what was the last thing?
Like an item that you need to survive kind of thing.
Ooh, uh, hmm, probably my probably my 12 gauge. Could I take that with me?
By all means, it's your island trip.
Sweet. Yeah, I'd probably do that. Or a fishing rod.
Either way, whatever helps you survive a little bit.
Actually, probably a fishing rod. Probably be a little more useful if you're on an island.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the size of island and stuff like that. There might not be a lot of game out there.
Yeah, I'd go fishing rod.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, that's nice. All right, last couple questions before we're done. We've already talked about what you hope fans take away from your music, but what motivates you to keep going?
Oh, cool. I think, like I said earlier, just the having something to look forward to and and setting goals, not necessarily long term. I think for me at least, it's more important to set short term goals and those turn into, those the short term. If you meet your short term goals, they turn into your long term goals, I
Yeah.
guess. Um, so yeah, I think setting those short term goals, working my best to meet those, within a certain time period and creating, it's having the new music and something to look forward to, I think keeps me going the most. And just the joy of making music, man. Really, I've been itching and itching and itching for a break all year. We've been hard at it on the road, and I finally got a break here for like 2 weeks, and I'm already texting my band like, "Hey, can we? You think we can go do?" Or like, I love playing live music, and so every weekend, I just enjoy being on stage and use all of my sound check just to play music. So yeah, I think just loving it really it keeps me going. I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it because I mean there's times that and I've learned that this year some that there's some times where it is not glamorous and
Hmm.
there's some times you'd much rather be home hanging with your family or your friends. But yeah, if I didn't love music and love making music, I wouldn't put myself in a position to do all that. So
Makes
yeah, I
sense.
love it.
I feel that same, like I'm not a musician, but I'm on the other side of the storytelling side. And if I didn't love hearing the stories and like hearing how you got into music, things like that, I wouldn't be doing this. My wife hates that I have to leave sometimes because we have two young kids. So
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I don't even have any kids, but yeah, I get it. It's tough being gone that that long and that often. I mean,
mhm.
there's especially because I don't live in Nashville right now, and I don't plan to move there for now. I'm gonna try to stay down here in Georgia, but I mean, there's times I'm home 3 4 days a month, so
Mhm.
it's yeah, it can be tough. So a lot of people they don't get that.
So what would you tell to like an up and coming musician, like give them some advice that they can hold on to?
Um, play. I mean, if you're serious about it, obviously play anywhere and everywhere, uh, 7 days a week if they'll let you. Um, yeah, get out there and play because I mean, even if you're playing for 20,000 or 20 people, you're still honing your craft and getting more comfortable behind a mic, and it all contributes to getting better. So that'd be my biggest advice is just play often.
Mhm. I think that's honestly some really good advice. I've been doing this for a long time, and we also like book shows here in town and stuff like that. I've seen good, I've seen bad, I've seen nervous, I've seen it all. And if you're not practicing and doing your thing, you're not going to keep up.
I mean, I've been all of it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've been all of it. There's videos I see even just from last year, even from 6 months ago, that I see of myself, and I'm cringing. I'm like, God, what was I doing? But yeah, I mean, even as many shows as we play now, if we go 2 weekends without playing a show, I get back on stage, I feel like a fish out of water sometimes. So
Mhm.
yeah, just playing often. It keeps you sharp. So
For sure.
benefit.
Now, final question, best one I think out of the whole bunch. Are you happy?
Oh yeah, man, I'm thrilled. Like I say, I never in a million years, if you'd have asked me, a year ago, 5 years ago, or even, when I first started playing guitar, never in a million years would I've told you, I would have done half of what I've already accomplished. So yeah, I mean, if it all ended tomorrow, I I'm a happy fellow. It's been fun, and I've
Mhm.
learned a lot. I've made a lot of great friends, some lifelong friends, and learned a lot about myself and learned a lot about other people, and obviously a lot about the industry. But yeah, I mean, happy as can be. Tired, but happy.
That makes sense. I feel that.
Important to unplug. I've been like last year. I maybe overdid it, and most of this year I've maybe overdid it up until now. But this has been the first week where I was finally like, okay, we got to move some stuff around. I gotta
Mhm.
unplug for a minute. But yeah, I think just balancing it and keeping it fun. If it ever becomes not fun, then I guess if it ever becomes consistently not fun, there's some times like I said it's not going to be fun. But
Yeah, there's got to be a little bit of that somewhere.
yeah, whenever I mean when you lose the joy in it, it's time to think about something else. I think.
Yeah. Well, my friend, that's all I have written down here is what's the next few milestones you got? We have the show coming up and you're talking about some releases.
Yeah, we've got that. Like I said, I'll be up in your neck of the woods, and then we're doing 2 nights at the Ryman with Ernest in November, which is crazy. That means we will have played the Ryman 3 times this year,
Nice.
which is crazy. And then we got a festival in South Florida in November, and that's about it as far as shows and everything going on this year. I'm gonna write a lot before the end of the year and do a bunch of behind the scenes work, and then hit the top of the year strong. Bunch of shows at bunch of festivals that are already confirmed and announced, and then some other stuff that I'm not really allowed to talk about yet, but I'm super excited about it. And obviously, new music.
Mhm.
New music is some new music is just about finished and ready, and then we may end up cutting some more new music before then. So
There you
yeah, we
go.
have plenty of stuff to look forward to, and I'm like I said, I'm over the moon about it. These are some of my favorite songs that I've ever been a part of, and I can't wait to get them out.
What's the festival in Florida? I might be able to send someone out to cover that too.
It is called St. Pete Fest. It's in
Okay.
or St. Pete Country Fest.
Okay, I'll look into that and see if I can get someone out, take some pictures of you on stage there.
Sure enough, man, bring your flip flops. It'll be warm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm used to being up north and here and I'm wearing shorts and t-shirt even in the winter, so.
Love it.
All right, man. Where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of them. Cole Goodwin Music.
Sounds good. We'll make sure we link some of that and I wish you luck on your show and I'm looking forward to seeing what some of the pictures come out as.
Hey, thanks so much, Tom. I appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time.
For sure. Anytime you want to come back, just let me know. We're always open to doing some more stuff.
You got it, man. Thank you.
All right, you have a good one.
You as well.
Bye now.